Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I'm the Serious Strategy Gamer and we are returning to Let's Play of Mars Horizon. So, things aren't looking great. We have completed a couple of milestones here as the first nation. We've done the first test launch, the first artificial satellite, animals in space satellite imaging. But for humans in space, it does look like the Soviets are going to beat us. And that is quite not so nice. So, let's see what we can do about that. Before we go into that, we do have an active mission here. Where we do need to design a vehicle. So let's go ahead and design an upper stage for that. So honestly, I think we're going to probably go with a Viking here because it's simply going to be the cheapest by far, and it is fairly reliable. So that's fine. If it can carry this, then I think we should not go for anything more exquisite. So yeah, let's simply go for this one. This is only a mission to earn us a little bit of science and all of that. So let's go ahead and build that, and that is fine. Now, one more thing that I want is, in our base here, I do want to clear out a little bit of this terrain, simply because it does bother me quite a bit, and it's just in the way, and it's just really not nice. And then when we do need to build, like, for example, the astronaut facility here, and I do not know whether there are too many good bonuses that we could grab, but I think up over here is going to be fine. So let's do build that over here. And then I do think we probably want to build also the research lab expansion if we do have the money for that, and if it can be used anywhere where it's sort of sensible. Yeah, well, I think up over here is probably the most expensive. Right, this is relatively cheap to clear, so let's clear that out. And let's do build it over here, so that should give us a nice bonus there of another 10 science per month. So yeah, I think all in all that should be okay. Ultimately, we might want to rearrange that at some point, but I think for now this is going to be alright. We have very little money, so let's advance to the next month over here. And we have acquired enough data here, so that does give us a very nice boost here in terms of money and various other things. So that's very great. Right, so various things have been completed. Mercury, okay, nice. Let's look at that. So yeah, we've got the payload now to put a man into space, but that is pretty much it. So to actually do that, I do not think we want to use the Star 37 upper stage over here, because that only has a reliability of 55%. I would be much more comfortable with using a Delta type upper stage. So I think the Mercury here, yeah, the mass is 1,800 kilos. So that should be able to carry it. The Redstone does have lower reliability as well. So yeah, indeed, I think we are going to research the upper stage as the Delta over here. That's going to be alright, and that is going to work out fantastically. So, right, in terms of building, we are a base. We are still building over there, so that's okay. And in terms of active missions, you guys are still trying to build that. So let's actually check whether we do have a good mission over here. So we could go for Orbital Chimpanzee. That would give us a nice big science boost. Or is there anything on the moon? Yeah, that's also not too bad. But honestly, I think we're going to go for the Earth one over here. Let's go for an Orbital Chimpanzee. I would like to design a payload around that. So anything we need to do over here? Well, we could go for the battery reliability. Sorry, lower. Same reliability, but more power. Now, power is kind of useful because we do probably want to get a number of things over here. So, yeah, you know what? I think that's fine. It is going to cost us quite a bit, but we do have some money left over here, so I think that is great. And indeed, fine. Don't think we need to do anything else over here, so let's advance to the next month. Early warning. Images have provided valuable early detection of hurricane. Well, that's lovely, isn't it? Data research complete too. And here we go. This is our missile. Since again this is just purely sort of the standard one, I don't think we're going to do much over here. And I did miss what's over there. Mission training bonus reduced by 50%. So that does mean we probably want to go for something very quick. Let's do try to increase the reliability though. June is not great, so let's go for July, but that is going to be fine. Yeah, go to the solar system. That's okay. We've now researched the Delta rocket over here. We could try to unlock contractors, which would be interesting. I don't know how these mechanics are going to work exactly, But for now, I think that's okay. Don't need another mission slot, I think. Vehicle build time would be useful. Cost on vehicle research tree? Oh, well, that's interesting. Cost on mission research tree. Okay, I do think both of these would be extremely useful. They are kind of costly though, so maybe not right now. By the way, is there another more reliable engine over here? No, there isn't. This one is curious because it's less reliable and more expensive, but it does have a higher capacity, so that's probably why. Anyway, that does bring us to, well, we could go for various things over here, but I do think multi-crew orbit is going to be the nicest one as a next type of mission. So yeah, I think we're going to go for that, and that's fine. And without further ado, let's go for the next month. Research lab expansion is complete, 50 science there, and we do have the chimpanzee launch thing here. That's great. Launch reliability for level 0 vehicle parts. Whew. Well, that means we shouldn't use any new type of vehicle design here, but I do think we don't have to do that, right? So we've got the Jupiter, that's level 1. You guys would be level 0. Yeah, so we're not going to use you. Why are you so inexpensive? 7k? Wow, that's really low. Well, but again, we don't want to use them. So let's actually go ahead for, well, I guess we could use the Jupiter. Slightly more reliable, slightly less costs. Yeah, you know what, let's go for the Jupiter here. And as the booster, we can then go ahead and use the Jupiter as well. So yeah, pretty much straightforward design over here. Let's go ahead and build that. 200,000, so that's kind of expensive, but okay, I suppose. Soviet Union failed to put a human into space. That is actually very great news indeed for us. So yeah, that does put China into the first place if they can do that. But that does mean we could potentially still get into second place. So that wouldn't be too bad. So yeah, let's try to finish our next mission here very quickly. Can we actually hire someone? No, we cannot. But we should probably be able to do that next turn. Right, here we go. Ionospheric measurements. Just again, very small support mission here. I'm not going to go through the animations, so let's just simply... Ooh, this is rainy. Terrible launch conditions, okay. Yeah, that does mean we need to reschedule. This is too risky. So yeah, I suppose just August. There we go, fine. Let's confirm that setup. Right, go to solar system. Anything else that we need to do? Astronaut facility is going to be done next turn. So yeah, let's go ahead. Documentary tour. Security advisors, others agencies. You know what? I think more money here is going to be better. The competing one has achieved science. That's unfortunate, but I suppose that's fine. Multi-crew orbit has been done. And we are back to launching this mission. Hopefully this time it's not going to rain. And we can actually go ahead. That looks much better. Adequate. You know what? We're going to go ahead with that. Let's see whether this is going to work out well for us. Yes, fairly nice. 31% there. Secure launch. Nothing too big, but still nice boost here to both of these rockets. That's fine. Good. Let's see whether we can do our measurements here and maybe get a bonus. It would be nice. Right, we do need to collect 3 communications and 1 data, or a little bit more in terms of communications. Nothing stands out really here, except for that if we do have data, we can turn it into a lot of communication. So let's grab some data first, and then do turn it into a lot of communication. Let's try to see whether that is going to work out. Ooh, this is not looking good. 19%. There we go. We are gonna resist this event and spend more energy to get more here. This one looks better though, so that's nice. So that should give us at least 2 communications, so we are some way to solving this. But not really that far. Not really far enough, I think. Right, so we could use communication to be turned into data. That would be kind of alright. But you know what? Let's actually go ahead and use this one over here. I think that's much better. It does give us 3 data. And we can then turn 1 data into 2 signs over here. That does leave us with pretty much no power though. So now we do have 1 power left to fix one thing should it go wrong. It would be fantastic to turn it into 3. You know what? Let's recharge power on one of these things and turn... Okay, sorry. Recharge power and then turn 1 power and 1 communication into 3 data. Fine. That should set us up nicely for the next one. You're going to fail, so we do need to spend more power, but that's going to be a fine. There we go. Still lots of data. Data that we can now turn into more communication. We're going to recharge some power just in case something goes wrong, so that we can prevent... Yeah, it's just horrible, horrible rolls over here. And it does, honestly, it's not like we're getting 34% failures here. We're getting a lot more than that, I feel. Right, nevertheless, we do have enough communications, so that's great. It is the last turn, though, so I think what we can actually do is use 1 data, turn it into... Right, turn it into 1... Sorry. Right, we do have 1 more data than we need to. So, I think actually we just need a little bit of communications, right? This is a way how we can do that, and let's recharge some power just in case this goes wrong, which of course I think it will. Yes, it does. This is not a 34% chance. I don't believe this random number generator at all. Right, let's resist that, that's fine. Okay, there we go. Great success here for this mission. Lovely. Lots and lots of bonuses here, some signs here. That is going to work out fantastically for us. And a little bit more support does help us out in our next funding review, so that is great too. Now, we have researched this mission in itself, so let's go ahead and research the payload. I do wonder a little bit why they always structured it like this, that you have to research 2 things. It feels a little bit like you could actually go ahead and just put that into 1 research and it would functionally work out the same. Right, that being said, we should go to Earth. There we go. Let's try to hire some crew. Okay, there are 3 people that we could hire. Maybe let's actually start out with a milestone here. So we're going to try to put a human into space. Japan is now going to launch that in 8 months. I'm not sure we are going to get to that point, but we can already start to design the payload over here. You're going to have to achieve orbit, so you need to get a lot of orbital navigation. We can potentially try to strengthen that, but let's see about that. Okay, so base reliability is 71%, 61. This is going to be much less expensive. Okay, that's fine. Right, since we do have a little bit of money here, and I don't want to risk this, let's try to use it with more power. I think that's going to be okay. Yeah, so the slightly more powerful variant here is going to be fine. So let's select that payload. Let's build it. It's going to take 3 months to do that. And in the meantime, we can hire an astronaut. Is there anything that you need to increase retirement age? Fine. Okay, so we would have you for 40 years or so. That's great. Each task starts with +1 power. That's good. Or more science reward. You know what? I think science reward here is going to be fantastically well for us. So, yeah, we're going to hire Jones over here. And that is fine. Good. Doesn't seem like we can do anything with you, so that's okay. And do we need to do anything else? I don't think so. We've got 2 missions here that are active. That's all that we can handle for now. So, yeah, let's go next month over here. Speculation about first person in space. Well, I'm not sure that we are going to be the first over here. But we can certainly try. So, yeah, let's try to go that. Ooh, race to space lost. Is dominated by China launching the first man into space. We are losing support here. That is certainly not great. We did expect as much, and I'm honestly happy that it's not the Soviet Union who got that, but still. Gemini research has also been completed, so that's good. We are making some progress here, and that's nice, but yeah. Anyway, vehicle booster gains 2 levels after launch. That's great, because honestly, I think what we're going to do here with the Mercury setup... Oh, and you have finished the vehicle here. That's nice. So, yeah, let's put the chimp into space. Right, base reliability here is actually fine. I do think I want to increase the launch reliability, though. February seems the first date where we can reliably do that, so let's confirm that setup. That's fine. And for our other mission here, Human in Space, we do need to design the vehicle, right? And what we probably want to do then is, as the upper stage, I think the Delta is going to be much better than the Star. So much more reliability. Yes, it is more expensive and it's going to take longer to build that, but I think it's going to be alright. And as the booster, we do use the Delta. Why does it have a 2 over here? I don't quite understand that. Huh, you could boost that. Well, that's interesting, isn't it? Yeah, but honestly, I think the Delta is just fine. So yeah, let's confirm this build. And that should be okay. You're building that. We are pretty much out of money now. But that's okay. Good. Construction order? Yes, please. Slight delay over there. Right, we have researched Gemini, which is alright. Ah, okay, look at that. Okay, so orbital EVA, that is also probably going to be done with the Gemini capsule. So I think that's fine. And you actually share a payload there. So, yeah, okay, it does seem to make some sense to try to divest them. Right, I don't think we can really afford these things. It would be fantastic if we could, but let's actually check over here. So, the mass of the Gemini is 3,800 kilos, so 3.8 tons. The capacity of the Delta upper stage does really not suffice to boost that. So we do need at least a better upper stage to fulfill the next contract there. So that does mean we need to unlock this, and that on the other hand means we need to unlock one more thing over here. So let's actually check whether there's anything that does make some sense. Now the Atlas, for example, less reliable, slightly low build cost, but also more expensive. On the other hand, the Redstone seems to be like the cheaper variant. So, you know what, let's go for the Redstone here. That does at least reduce our potential funding there. Camera training. A camera manufacturer has offered to work with you, technicians, to adapt its cameras to space photography. The recruit mission could prove hugely popular. Yeah, sure. I like that idea. Okay, Redstone has also been completed. That is nice to see. So that does mean we can now unlock contractors. That is going to take some time to research. 1,500 points here. Would it maybe make more sense to invest into this instead? No, this is actually hugely expensive as well. These things are also kind of interesting, but I don't think they're going to be viable unless we do this. So, yeah, let's go ahead for the contractors there. That's going to be right. How our mission's looking. You're going to be completed in 6 months. You guys are you guys ready to launch or something? Yeah, you're going to launch next turn. That's okay. Budget review. Well, we did at least get 1 level up, so that's nice. 6 months they're going to have that. This is so annoying. The Soviets are going to get on top of us still. And this does have experimental fuel. So yeah, let's launch the mission, see whether we're going to have good weather. Seems to be alright. Yeah, let's continue. It's not going to get any better than that. So here goes our chimp. Hopefully it is going to get some good roll. There was a very huge chance over here that it is going to fail. No, just barely got into a secure launch. Whew, nice. Some boosts here to the Jupiter stuff. That's also good to see. Let's continue and see what experiments our chimpanzee does have to do. Right, a lot of communications, some data. Data can be translated into lots of communications, but not really the other way around. Okay, let's get some data. Let's turn that data into lots of comms. There we go. Yep, nice one. That seems to work out fantastically well. Good first shot there. Second one is even. Yes! Oh, that's nice. That does mean we could get more comms, I want to say. Well, we are very lucky this time around. Okay, an additional comms point here. That is fantastic to see. So we already have fulfilled our minimum objective here. It would be great to get the bonus reward, but let's not get greedy. Let's actually try to get this first. So yeah, that should give us enough data. It should actually give us enough data for here as well. We do have lots of power here, so what we might actually want to do then is turn a little bit of that into... Well, we don't need that much more data, right? So... It looks actually fine, right? So yeah, let's grab that. That would be enough data. And then we can simply burn some energy. Looks fine. Yeah, there we go. Nice. 3 data points. As we need. You are failing? No, you're just barely enough. This time we're really lucky, okay. Sometimes the random number generators really do get at me. Right, let's simply do this, and I think we're just going to do it twice. Just in case one of them fails. Yeah, there we go though. This is fantastic. Let's accept this result. And that should be more than enough to actually get a huge success over here. So our gym has been doing fantastically well. More signs. I like that idea. That does boost us quite a long way along there. So that's great. Now, that does mean our mission here has finished. Now, what we could try to do is go ahead with a multi-crew orbit here. It would be fantastic to get the first mission reward here. The issue is, I do not think that we are going to get an upper stage ready that can carry that sort of mass. 3,800 kilos. So that does mean none of these guys are ready at all. So that does mean we need one of you. Yeah. But this is all upper stages. Interesting. So, yeah. Delta K, Titan 2, or Argina. All of these would work. But all of these do require, well, 650, 750. That's not quite as bad. We might actually be able to do that in time. So, you know what? Yeah, okay. If that's the case, then let's go ahead and do design and plan a mission here. Right, let's go ahead for the design. This is the Gemini Capsula. 2 crew capacity. More crew. Well, what does crew do for us specifically? I'm not entirely sure what they do. Perform re-entry and achieve orbit. You're going to need a lot of navigation. If we do this though, the payload is going to be less reliable. Yeah, I really don't want that. So one more person for slightly increased build cost. But I think that's a good idea. Yeah, let's build it. I don't care. Let's build that. We do need to catch up a little bit with our competitors here. So yeah, I think that's fine. Research, contract research. Complete. Private contractors are a valuable resource for any agency. When constructing a vehicle, contractors can bestow unique effects, such as lowering build time or increasing launch reliability. Ooh, that's great. That is very great. Human in space next month. Yeah, we're going to fail on that very hard. Okay, we have dealt with that though. So let's select an upper stage here that can carry our Gemini Capsula. So Titan 2, decent reliability, 75%. Same over here. You're going to be a little bit faster and a little bit less expensive, but your mass is going to be somewhat higher, and you can't fly quite as fast. You guys can actually fly to the inner planets, which is great. You also have a much more potential to be upgraded, though. That's interesting, though. So that does mean we need some booster who can carry around 8,000 kilograms. That could be the Atlas. So Titan 2 on an Atlas would work. On the other hand, the Delta K here would be... We could try to use a booster on, like, supplementary boosters, I think. That does give us more reliability. It doesn't seem to be adding actually any thrust. You guys also have great capacity, so it really comes to the upper stage then. Agino, I don't really like your reliability. I like your build cost, build time and build cost. You guys are a lot more expensive though than the Titan 2. And the Titan 2 does have more reliability. On the other hand, you guys might serve us for a longer time because you're able to carry us out to the inner planets. So let's actually briefly check on the requirements if we were to do a lunar mission. Rana, Gemini, Delta. Do we have any Mars, Venus? Yeah. EVA. Crewed moon landing. We needed an Apollo, which does have a much higher Mars. Okay, that's slightly unfortunate. You guys do have a mass of only 800 kilos. So 800 kilos does not sound too bad, does it? I think we can carry that on our current rockets. Which unfortunately only can achieve Earth orbit. You guys can get further, but you don't have the capabilities of moving that. I think it was 800, right? Yeah, so we do need an upper stage that can carry you further, but you don't need to be that much. So we could potentially carry you on the Delta K or on the Gina. Both of these do reach to the inner planets, or actually on the Centaur. The Centaur is much cheaper. So yeah, I think we're going to use the Centaur here. Low reliability, low cost, low build time, low capacity, but it does bring probes to the inner planets. Whereas we're going to put man into space on the Titan 2. Does make sense to me. Okay, let's go for the Titan 2 and research that one. Sorry if that took a little bit longer, but I do think it does make some sense to strategize that. Okay, let's go ahead over here. Race to the moon. The world's media is abuzz with the possibility of landing a human on the moon. And the question is, who will manage it first? Many are dismissing your agency's chances after you lost the race to the first human into space. No. We are going to win that. We're going to get more support here. And we have researched Titan 2, so that's great. Now, this is going to be having a mass of 8,000 kilos. That does mean we need a booster capable of launching that. That could actually be the Atlas at 70%. Or you guys, the Titan 2, at a lot more. Either of you are capable of doing that. It's going to be much more expensive and takes longer to build. But it does have somewhat higher initial reliability and more potential. So yeah, I do think a Titan 2 on a Titan 2 sounds like it does make some sense. So let's go ahead and do that. Ooh, serious flaw discovered. Your engineers have discovered a major design flaw in Stargazer, the launch vehicle in your upcoming human in space mission. They estimate 20% chance in the reliability. Diplomatic advisors have suggested approaching Soviet Union to cooperate on a solution. Yet others have cautioned that sharing your technology would grant Soviet Union a science boost. Wow, this is pretty bad. Now, I really do not want to work with the Soviets. But 63%, that is pretty bad. Anyway, we do now have a complete mission profile here that we can use to send the Gemini into space. So that's going to be okay. We could try to do an orbital EVA, because I think that would make some sense, right? Orbital EVA is the next one. So that sounds great. Crewed moon landing is a little bit far off anyway. So even if we were to go down here, we probably need that. Yeah, but then again, we can do that with the same, but it's 3,500 points, so that's probably a little bit on the expensive side. I do wonder what these supplementary things do. Bonus reliability. Yeah, you know what? I want to find out. There we go. Research has been done, and we have finished a couple of things. So the payload for the multi-crew thing. Booster build cost has been increased. Upper stage build cost has been increased. Well, honestly, that is somewhat irrelevant to me. And here we go. This is our human in space mission. So the first human into space would be... Ooh, this is really weird. Would be a major achievement here. Now, I think... Oh, we do need to assign some crew. We're going to assign Jones. That's fine. Did you confirm? How do I add you? The Sinastron? Okay, there we go. Confirm. Right, let's look at the training. So, unfortunately, the launch reliability is incredibly low. So we're going to use that as a bonus thing to do. And try to launch in August. That is going to put us into which place? Ah, Jesus. This is going to put us in fourth place over here, unless the Soviets do fail. Okay, can't be helped. We do need to finish it. That's really, really unfortunate, though. Next month, yeah. Really bad. Okay, at any rate, we have discovered that, so that's nice. Yeah, I think next thing is we're going to go to the next sort of researchy things over here. And I think mission research time is going to be a nice boost to us. So let's see, and let's get that one man into space. Hopefully. So let's see whether our launch window here is going to be working out for us. Looks fine. Adequate conditions. Reliability is kind of low, but let's see. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Launch. There we go. This is the first time that we're actually launching the... Is it the Titan? I think Titan 1 and Titan 1 combination here. And the next one, the multi-crew mission, is going to be the Titan 2. So we really only have used this for a very limited time here. Although, of course, we could use some of the other missions to actually boost this. So let's see. Any event occurring? Oh, this is looking like it's not great. Crew model is unavailable on first turn of its task. Okay, let's see what that does mean for us. Okay, Delta and Delta. At least the boost here is going to be alright. Right, let's see whether we can finish up our mission. And at least we do not want it to fail, right? We do at least want to do this. And for the first time here, we've got a crew, so I'm not entirely sure how that works. Okay, we can't use you on the first turn. Got it. And we can probably only do one thing. Got it. Okay. Right, so we do need 4 and 6, or twice that if we want to get the bonus. So, sounds to me like we are going to get a lot of comms over here relatively easily. And then navigation, we could try to use data for that. How are we going to get data? Just by crew collecting that. So, all of these are pretty much locked for us in the first thing. What we can do though is get some data this way. Good, let's try to do that. My apologies, I had to put in a small cut. So, where were we? I do think we can now use the data by an orbital realignment, use the data to gain a little bit more navigation. So, let's do that. First we go. Yeah, that's looking nice. SAM power translated into a lot of comms. Good so far. Yeah, just barely enough over there as well. So that does turn it into some data, which is good because we need that for the next maneuver. And there we go. Ooh, this one is failing, unfortunately, in some novel way here, which I do not think we've seen before. So that would cost us an additional... You know what? I think we're going to accept that because if I remember correctly... we do not... We can generate one power into 2 signals here. So power is a little bit more precious than that, although of course we do have a limited number of turns remaining here. So that's good. So where does that leave us? At 3 navigation and no data. That's a bit unfortunate, isn't it? Right, we could go for a little bit of data, a little bit of comms. Now if we got some data... Okay, let's generate some data and some navigation. Now we can turn that into a lot of comms. Does still leave us a little bit shy on navigation, but we could get that as well. And that already fulfills all of our requirements, so let's do that first, because that does mean we now have the required things over here, and our astronaut is helping out here, so that's great. There we go. And that should mean that we are safe. No, not quite. We do need to spend some energy here, I suppose. Right, yeah, let's try to resist that. Don't want to lose 1 data here. So, yeah, that's fine. And then lastly, yeah, ooh, does that even go to the... Yes, it does, so that's nice. Orbital alignment, that should give us a nice boost here to potentially navigation. No, it actually gives us a data point. Well, that's fine too. So, still, we do have everything finished over here, and we've got 2 turns remaining. So, let's consider this here for a second. We've also got 1 data point, and we still have a lot of power. So, I suppose using some power and one of our man actions here, crew actions, to generate more data and some navigation, and then we can turn that data here into ground control connection. Yeah. Is that the best use of data? It's basically a 1-to-2 ratio. Similar over here. Yeah, it's pretty much the same anyway, isn't it? So yeah, let's use that. And we don't have any more data, but I suppose we can try to. It's still 1-on-2. Can't use this over here, but let's try to use that, because that should give us more power next turn. So there we go. Oh, this is a harsh failure here. Ooh, lots of data points here that are missing. So what can we do? We'll be reduced by 1 navigation. Let's try to resist that with some power here. Oh, this looks much better. Even goes into the green area there. That's lovely. Good. Yeah, so 1 additional data point here. That's very nice to see. And then what's the last bit over here? Oh, that also looks fantastic. It might actually go... Yeah, it seems like it's going into there, isn't it? Yes, 91. I think that's... Yeah, of course. That's a little below 10%. Or the difference is below 10%. There we go. So that's a fantastic setup over here. We've now got enough navigation. We only need a little bit more in terms of communications. So what can we do here to really get that? We've got quite a bit of data that's sort of left over. Well, we could turn... It's a bit awkward, because we basically just need navigational points. Okay, let's do this. That does leave us 1 short of the bonus objective. But then again, in turn, we can use a manpower resource and some energy here to turn that into a lot of this stuff. Or we could just use the data points that we've got. Doesn't really matter, does it? Let's go for this. I think that's fine. And then with the last bit, let's generate some energy just in case we do need that for some purpose here. Right, there we go. Some energy. That's good. Ooh, this is looking fine. And that is, I think, that does mean that we will get away here with a bonus reward. We were slower than anyone else in achieving our result over here, but it is a fairly nice result over here. So manual trajectory update successful, and that does mean that we do have a bonus objective over here, and that is fantastic to see. Oh, we do get a nice navigation here as this thing is landing. So that's lovely. I still think that does mean we're only third in the race over here, but still, I mean, first man in space, or first American in space, at least, if not the first man. And we'll try to make sure that we are going to be the first to pull a multi-man mission into space. But you know what, my friends? That is probably going to have to wait until next time. Well, we're third over here. It's something. It's not great, but it's something. So there we go. A little bit of bonus reward there. That's nice to see. Lots of science here for 4 months. So that is fairly nice as well. And crew status, oh, you're going to be waiting for 6 months. And the Soviet Union actually failed, so that's also very good news for us. Because that does mean, if we're looking at diplomacy over here, the Soviets still haven't really got... They've got lunar orbit, but that's pretty much it. So yeah, that being said, I think this has been a very nice episode for us. Not the greatest success, but still a very, very nice mission indeed. So, I say thank you very much for watching, and I do hope to see you around next time. Bye bye.